Hey there, it's Greg T, the Image Stop here, doing a quick video overview on how to make changes and turn off or on a pop-up window, such as the one you see here with the Calgary Villains FC site. That's the Calgary Villains Soccer .ca, in case you're interested in checking that out. So what I'm just going to do is kind of show you how this pop-up is set to work. Now, there are many different kind of pop-up plugins and stuff. We use one that is incorporated within the back end of the website because it allows you to customize just as much as you can customize your website, which is a great thing. Now, in this case, it's a fairly basic one. I'm going to show you actually where to find the layouts for these things. So right here, when you're in the back end of the website, if you go to the builder side of things, where it's the library, so it'll be the Divi or IS builder or IS library, and go to the bottom here, once we scroll down, this one particularly is set up as the home pop-up. Okay, that one is created. Now, if I click edit, like what's highlighted here, I've got to open another screen, so pop that up. This is what it looks like. So as you can see, just going back and forth, here's the page, shows you, there's your text and your button, and there, text and button. Now, cool, done. Now, here's when the page loads. So if we click to the side, of course, it disappears and moves on and so forth, because this is what your visitors will see. How you edit this thing. So first of all, you can go into the back end, the one I just showed you here, and you can edit that button however you like. The only difficulty or thing that can come into play here is that, in all honesty, it's not visual. It's harder to, it's harder to see what you're doing, such as you can with the front of the site. Let me show you how to do that, though, in an easy way. So first of all, I'm going to enable the visual builder on the front end of the site here. This is going to allow us to dig into the website itself. Now, reason I wanted to show this as well is that this will show you where the trigger is for that pop-up to happen and how to turn it on or off. So let's kind of cover that here. There we go. So we get that double load there. All the scripts are now loading in the back end. So we get that done here. Now, usually what I would like to do is I kind of usually set it for like one of the first text elements that pop up. So here's our module. Let's click there. And I'm going to go into the advanced settings, visibility, and there it is. Yes, use pop-up. There's that button right there. So that's going to allow us to turn it on or off. Now you notice here too where the pop-up is located, the home pop-up page like I mentioned. Perfect. So great, this one's all set. We want it to maintain as a pop-up. We're good. So how do we edit it? Well, let's do this. So I'm going to go down here and how to edit visually, I should say. So I'm going to say add. Okay, so we're going to add an insert section. We're going to add it from the library, though, this time. We're not going to just do a brand new one. And if we go like this, we'll do a search for home. There it is. So if we take that, use this section and pop it in, it's going to show us the overall creation. And you see this is done in the three columns, right? If we look at the structure here, there's our structure, there's our three columns, and that's what builds to create that pop-up on the page. So here we can change this and add and do whatever we like. We can change where the button links to, just like we do a regular page. Then when it's all done, what we do, okay, so let's, we can go here. I'm going to right click. I'm going to say copy section. Then I'm going to go back to the page where it had that home pop-up thing, and I'm going to type right click on the top section, and I'm going to say paste. Oops, sorry. Not showing up there. Hold on. Sometimes it doesn't do this in the library, which can be a little frustrating, and my apologies on that. So we're going to copy section again, and let's do a refresh of the page. I forgot we had this open prior to setting this up, so this may be part of it here. And now we're going to go right click there, and it's not doing the section. Okay, well, I'm glad I'm doing it this way because, this kind of shows where some of the system doesn't work exactly the way we want. So let's copy the row and see if that's going to help us. Paste row. Yes, it does. Bingo. So that one does, and then we can get rid of the previous one. Now, in this case, of course, it's the exact same thing. But if we were to go in here, for instance, and say, okay, you know what, I'm going to add an image below the button. Okay, so let's kind of go in here, say image. We're going to just pop in anything here. Oh, looks like a full section was added at one point. That's kind of neat. Let's just say we're going to use the villain's hat. Pop that in. Great. So if I now go in and say copy row and go back to this and say, okay, let's paste the row, it's going to show that image in the bottom, and then we can get rid of this one too. So it would create or put in the new one. And that's it. Once it's done, all you have to do is just like any other page, you go to layout or up at the top and you update. Okay, once I'm going to delete the image, of course, on this one. Yeah, once you update, then it becomes the new image. And then on this one, you say, okay, done, let's get rid of that. And it's done. It's finished. You no longer have to worry about this. In fact, you don't even have to save the page because it's already set to trigger that pop-up in this case because we didn't want to turn it off. So I'm going to discard and exit. When we discard and exit that, it's going to then do that pop-up the same as previous. Now you'll notice there's some differences here because the padding was changed. Well, isn't that interesting? Okay, so now we go, okay, well this isn't working because we haven't got, this isn't bolded and stuff like that. No problem. Here's what we do. We're gonna go into this. We're gonna say this is a heading 2, got it. Let's do this, and so you can do it in the front or back end. Oops. Good, save, and padding wise, let's just check that. Now what can happen, and is very likely happen here, is that some of these things might all reset. We'll say 5%, and we'll make it even, and we'll update. Sometimes when you do some of the saving, that it misses some of the settings. So a quick resave of that page or that plugin can manage it perfectly. Still not going there. That's okay. So what we're going to do is go in here, enable the visual builder. Now I do kind of like it when things don't go exactly as planned when we're doing a tutorial, because this does happen. We're not going to pretend that websites and some of the production stuff doesn't do what it's supposed to do or what we expect it to do. It is programming. It's it's got some flaws in it, plain and simple. So it always does and always will. There you go. See, I just saved the page is what I did. By resaving the page, it reactivated the scripts in the back end, said, oh yeah, don't forget to apply this here. And perfect, you're done. Everything's all set. So yeah, that is how to do those things. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, let us know, and all the best, and enjoy. Take care.